Hello everyone. Today I want to speak about something that made me fascinated in a very bad way first, and then I will talk about something that made my life and my days bright while I started a new 2D game project. Now, when you think about 2D, you would say that, hey, it's easy. It's easier than 3D. For 3D, you need a modeler, you need a texture artist, you need a UV map artist, you need an animator, and that is just when you can sit in front of Unity and start coding and start uh, putting things together to start the production pipeline of a game. Now that can't happen by a single man army. So when you think about 2D, you say, okay, it's much easier. You just need a texture artist, and that's it. Animations are simple most of the time, and you would think that for environmental stuff, like backgrounds, tiles, etc., you would have tons of stuff inside Unity's asset store by now. And not only Unity's asset store, also other places, I don't know. Search Google, I done my homework. I done my homework near 2 weeks, and something got my attention that I was like, what the hell is going on in the world? I mean, the days for pixel art, hell, they are dead. Console games maybe, but even mobile games these days can easily handle some sprites that are higher resolutions. So arts like this, I mean, even at this resolution of the view, it's pixelated. I can't believe that anyone would buy it, even for $7. I seriously doubt it. Now, Unity tells you that there are 800 results for the environments on 2D alone. And that is near 20 pages. 19 plus 2 single items. Now, I had done my homework. I had gone through all of these. Some of them, like this 2D underwater, is unique. They are dedicated for underwater worlds, and no other asset can compare themselves with it. Okay, so if you look, you can easily by pictures say that, okay, it's more like an environment that you shouldn't walk in it, and you should, I don't know, swim in it. So I would expect that there is no platforms in there, in that asset. That's okay. I can accept that one, and it's really high resolution, good. But when it comes to high resolution stuff, this guy, actually, where is that name? Alien Nude Ltd. is just one of them. And he is the developer of the Corgi engine, by the way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? 6 there that are almost in the same style. A very fantasy looking world. Okay? But when it comes to 2D gaming, what is the main focus? It's the character. And the characters that would fit this artistic look, I didn't find any. And I'm telling you the truth, I didn't find any. So if I would use one of these or any one of these packages, I would try to find something that would blend. Now, let's go through the assets. There is this forest pack. And again, I'm telling you, none of these produce a real tileable platforming tile. Take a look at their sprites. Okay, this is a tile, this is a platform, but it's not tileable. This is not tileable, not tileable. And I'm telling you, I think it doesn't have any tileable platforms. It has good assets, but none of them are tileable. See what I mean? None of them. We have this jungle one, and it's even worse. And that's it. We have this jungle one, and it doesn't produce any tile sets for me. Yeah, it produces. Now this one is very fascinating with the foliage, but again, when it comes to tiling, nothing. Okay. One of those from Alien is the graveyard. And again, this is the most you get, you know, floating platforms with bridges, blah. Another one from Alien. Come on, open. Open up, I said. And that's it, okay? So he even doesn't show you the sprites, the sprite sheets. Now this guy is from auction build, something like that. It has a nice dreamy fantasy theme into it, but again, no tileable platforms. Ice Cave, again, no tileable platforms. The desert from Alien, again, no tileable platforms. Painted 2D forest, again, no tileable platforms. And finally, one that has tileable platforms is this platformer tileset Toon. But from this picture alone, you can already say that it's a very saturated colory and it's really Toon looking. So it's again hard to find any character that would sit close to this coloring, at least like, I don't know, 70 to 80%. It's a very unique style, but there's nothing that can be blended with others. Well, I have most of these assets, except this one and this one. I have the rest, okay? When it comes to designing your game, the very first days, you would think that, okay, I'm golden, I'm good, I can do whatever I want. But when you go through those assets, you notice something. What about a tileable asset? Now, the very first day, let me show you what I found. I found this 2D asset pack 3 words. And now, by my request in Twitter, and I will talk about it in a few minutes, it now contains a 4th level, and somewhere it is writing it. Tile sets for everything? No. Bonus underwater level. It's new, okay? And that was by my asking. That was me asking in Twitter. Because the guy, I don't know, the girl or the guy, I think it's the girl because the artist is the girl, has a Twitter. Moontripe, shouts and yells and claps and thanks to you. I really appreciate your efforts and what you did. I will just show one picture from this asset. Yep, tileable, very high resolution tiles. Each one of these blocks are 256 by 256. And that's a lot, and that's good, because when you are developing games these days, you need graphics. And that's not the only thing. This is not showing everything that this asset has, but most of it. And one thing is really interesting about the artist. Her art is very special and very unique. What do I mean by that? It can sit as a bridge and a medium between all these assets. And I tried it. I'm talking from experience. With a little bit of, I don't know. For example, instead of some of the foliages from 3D World, you would use some of the foliages from that jungle asset. Okay, like these. And then this will blend with this, or this, or this. But the platform will come from 3D World asset. Okay, the bridges can be used. All of these, actually, all of her assets can be used side by side with other assets that I already showed you. This is a must-have. If you don't have it, don't go HD on 2D platforms, side scrollers, anything like that. This is a must-have, I repeat. Now, the artist has an ArtStation webpage. Let's take a look. Oksana, I'm really thankful. She answered my tweet when I asked for an underwater work and said that, okay, that's a good suggestion. You'll start developing and an update will come. Now, today I thought, okay, your update will come near 1 month later, maybe. And at that time, my production is started on level design. And even some levels are already designed. That would be late. Guess what? Less than a week, they had the update. And I was surprised when I saw the tweet. And I downloaded, and yeah, there was an underwater world just fitting like the others with anything else I wanted. And it was like, thank you. Then I started using Super Tilemap Editor, and I had to work around Super Tilemap Editor and the tiles because, well, Super Tilemap Editor has a very special way of slicing your sprites. These tiles are from 3D World, okay? And I started using these in Super Tilemap Editor. Super Tilemap Editor has a brush 47 setup. And, well, each one of these has much less than 47 tiles. And I was like, this may not work. That was my very first thought. I even started sending mails to the designer of the asset, telling her that, hey, this may not work. We may have a problem. And this is actually, I see my email, my very first email to her. I showed her the 47 tile set, and I started guiding her on how it works and what is needed to be done. For example, I say that here I have an empty block because I don't have anything for this. And then I started tweaking stuff with the available tiles. and showed her the result, okay? The next one, a few hours later, I showed her this picture. And I said, if you set the 47 like this, it will work. But it has a little issues. For example, this should be 1 block width. It's actually 2 block widths, and each 3 block will make a ramp like that. But it works. And some other things that we talked. And well, she contacted me today, thanking me and telling me about the other asset they have on Asset Store, and that was the snow asset. Up until today, I didn't have any tile set for snow, and I was like, oh, I'm missing something there, because my game will be a very big game. But guess what did I see? Wow, snow tile sets exactly with the same resolution. Now this tile set has a lot of tiles, and today I downloaded into Unity, and I want to show you at least this package. See what I mean. Each one of the words from the tree word or the snow word has at least 3 lights per word, has at least 3 backgrounds per word, has a full set of tile sets per word. Now this package, by the way, they all have some very neat particle systems. I really like the particle systems. This package is a bit special. It has an animated character in itself. So you can use the sprite sheet to cut them, and already she didn't actually do this one. And this one is just separated. You can just drag and drop and make an animation for yourself. Let me show you something. If I choose this and go into Sprite Editor, this is the resolution. So you can already zoom near this size and you wouldn't see any pixelation, barely something. Few things to remember. 256 per unit means that each block will be 1 by 1 by 1. Make sure that you are on clamp and on point. Some people say that they see empty pixels between their tiles. That's because they are not on point. Make sure that your MIP map is off. Okay? And that would work. Now I have a tool of myself that I'm writing, and it's not finished yet. And I want to show you something. This is my tool, and this is the tiles just from this snowpack. Just the tiles, okay? Let's start painting, shall we? Boop, 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 boop. Some more here. Some more here, okay? And I want this guy to be this, and let's paint 1 and 2, okay? As fast as that. Oh, well, fast by my tool, but even if you drag and drop, copy and paste, you get your tiles. Now, if I turn off my grid and zoom in, you don't see any seams. Now, this one that shows pop up sometimes. Let me see if I can show you. There we go. This horizontal line that you see is just a float point error in the scene view, but you wouldn't see that in the game view, no matter how much you zoom. You never see that. Okay? Well, my background is blue right now, but this is not something that you would see, because Normally, you wouldn't go closer than this for any platformer game, and there is nothing like that. I can even prove it to you by choosing my camera, going into solid color, and choose a very, very sharp red, okay? Maximize. Well, yeah, pixel perfect camera. That's why you need a pixel perfect. I think 8 point something or 6 point something. Let me think. 6.4, no. 8.6, something like that is a pixel perfect. I don't remember. But if you are in a pixel perfect camera, this won't show up, basically. Now, there is a chance that my script is a bit problematic right now because I'm developing it. So let's start not using my script, but to start painting stuff. But I can already tell that my script is working. My script is putting things 100% accurate. Now, one thing that I remember, if I set or not, yeah, this extrude edge is 0. Let's make it 1 and see if it makes any changes. But I will tell you a trick, and that is another reason that I set my tile set the way I did it. Yeah, some places are better, but the way I design my own sprite sheet, if you recall, this overlapping of sprites with no pixel distance will solve this seam that you see, okay? It will solve that. And if you are going to use this sort of spreadsheet that is being generated for you, then you have to use a very good pixel perfect camera. And without pixel perfection, it won't work that nicely. Even if you use all the tricks here, clamp, point, everything, okay, apply, it won't be a pixel perfect camera for you. Every time you would see a seam here and there. Even with some of these assets that are providing pixel perfect cameras, you may see seams very rarely, but you would see that. But putting a little time and changing the design of the sprite sheet would make that so that you would never, ever see this. Ever. And I mean it, ever. Anyway, now let's take a look at other stuff. And I don't want my camera to be this harsh red. Please select this color. Thank you. Oof. Now let's take a look at other things that come. Well, I won't drag and drop character, but for example, these things are, trees and etc. But the thing that I want to show you right now is not these things. I want the particles, and not the particles from here, from the prefabs. Put stars. By the way, that is the wrong thing. I was tweaking it, so bear with me for a second. To start. Now this is the stars, okay? This is the snow, and yeah, it is missing some texture, the materials, and I already emailed her about it. It would be a fix later, but it's an easy fix if you come into particles, and this is the biggest snow, drag and drop it there, go to hierarchy, choose the snow, come back, renderer, and this is the snow. Easy fix on prefabs, just you hit apply and you have your snow ready. The next one is the fog or fog. Again, I informed her that almost most of your particles are missing their material. Maybe it's on my side, I don't know, but that's as easy as that. Hit apply and restart, and you have a fog, a very nice fog. And the next one is falling star. Now this one is interesting. It has one of the textures and missing one. The trail is okay, but this guy is missing the texture again, and it is under particles, and it is that big red star that you saw first. And it becomes a shooting star downward. The last one is wisp. And wisp 2. As I said, she has very fancy particle systems. The tree itself is a prefab, but no effects on there. Okay, so the character. Oh, we have a character. So let's see, is it idle or any other animation? Yeah, it's idle. This is the walk. A very nice looking walk. I think I screwed up. Yeah, I screwed up. So Control Z fuse set as layer. Okay, this is the run. This is the jump. Very nice jump with anticipation, with everything. I rarely see such a thing, and look at the hat. It's separating. The jump 2. It's faster. Shoot something. Being hit by something. And finally, die. Yep. The animations are really fancy. Really, really fancy. I will definitely make a level game with this character. Anyway, she gives you the PSD files. The PSD files are layer based. And a scene that shows everything in there. The scripts is just animation for the character. And that's it for this asset actually. The tree world has even more sprites, has even more things to play with. And I think I could make more than 30 prefabs just by using 4 or 5 or 6 of her tiles with different particle systems, different bushes on top of it, moving or solid, all sorts of things. And as I said, it's a very nice blend between your assets. It's a very good team behind it, very responsive, fast response, very open to your ideas, very grateful, and that is something that I rarely see between Unity developers on Asset Store. And I really enjoy her unique art style. In my opinion, both the assets, the snow and the tree world, is a must-have. And if you look at the price, that is another surprising factor. If you look at the price, it's only $15 and near $30. So $45 for so many sprites and tile sets, and I even got nuts last day playing with that tile set, and let's see what we got. Actually, I have it here. Let's see what we got. As I said, I went nuts. Just some Photoshop effects and color blending and blah, blah, blah. And don't forget, this guy is in HD. So even on this resolution, you have a tile here that is really HD, and you can easily use it, you know. So, yep, this is not from her assets, but I really enjoyed this, you know. Tons of stuff. I mean, who would have something like this? But as I said, I went nuts, and I was surprised that I could do so much just by using one asset. And I may try it on this guy too, you know. I may play with that asset again. But I don't know if you're still not gonna buy these two. Well, shame on you. Have fun, everyone. Bye-bye.